Welcome guys. Hope you're all doing well. Just gonna do some daily analysis before we get going here. Did have a look at the charts earlier and we're coming down quite hard on GJ, but I see gold is at the top of this range, so I'm just gonna break them both down quickly, then we can get into it. How's it, James? How you doing? My boy. Yeah, looks like we're breaking down a little bit on GJ. Could come down to kind of fill this range. It was a little bit of a breakout. How's it, Luke? How you doing? I'm great, thanks, James. Great, thanks. Had a good night's sleep, ready to trade. How's it, Raz? Okay, so obviously we had this range on GJ. We broke out of it now. We've closed. This 30 minutes just closed. Now you could have been also looking at this as your zone, because from this area we have nice clean range to trade into on the left here, but we just need to be careful of this rejection wick. You can kind of reject anywhere in that region. Other than that, yeah, if we get a nice tap back into the zone up here, we could continue bearish, so I'm just going to be watching out for that. With some nice London volume, could be moving down. So yeah, let's see. Kind of nice right now, we're rejecting this zone. On the 5 minute. So any news on GJ? Minor impact news today on GJ. So nothing serious, a couple of yellow folders. In fact, the numbers have already come in. It was lower than before, but didn't really have a major effect on the markets at all. So yeah, probably going to be aiming, if we do break down, to about this area. If we come to the 15, so we have a 15-minute support at this level over here. So we can maybe come down to this region. How much is the course? There's 3 kind of pricing plans to it. So you can do the monthly pricing plan, which is 950 a month. It's all on the website if you want to go check it out. Or you can pay once off upfront, and lifetime. That's life. You got the course for life, and that is, the advanced is 8,000, and the beginners is 5,000. That's the prices for this year. Next year it might change. But if the monthly one is 950 a month for 12 months, and once you've paid off that 12 months, that's it done. I'm not a huge fan of monthly payments. It's not really, I don't like to make people be tied into a thing every month. So that's why the course is mainly a once-off payment type of course. But obviously if you don't have the amount to pay it off in one, you can pay it off monthly. But then after 12 months, those payments stop, if that makes sense. But yeah, at the moment, looking at potential buys above this region and potential sells below this region. Structure, at the moment, we are bullish in structure, except for on the 30 minutes. So we created our high over here. This was the point which created the high. We got this candle close now under that region. So at the moment we're bearish in market structure on 30 minutes. On the weekly though, the 4 hour and the daily, we are bullish in market structure. So we could have a similar situation like yesterday where we had this fake out of the range. So this candle closed outside of the range. If this next candle closes back into the range, we can maybe retest the top of the range, if that makes sense. Because we got this clean range to trade into. So we just got to be aware of that. I did mess around with a little bit of the sound settings, guys. So if the music is loud enough or too soft or too loud, please let me know. Or if you can even hear it. Because, yeah, I noticed yesterday it was a little bit loud. So I've turned it down a little bit, but hopefully not too much. Can you analyze gold? Yeah, of course. Just trying to figure out what was on this side. Okay. See, we're kind of getting that retest of the zone at the moment. Okay, gold, we're going to start on the weekly. This weekly at the moment is very indecisive. So as you can see, gold hasn't quite made its mind up whether it wants to continue bullish or bearish. So we have, I think it's also equal structure, market structure, buyers and sellers. So on the weekly at the moment, you obviously from Wednesday onwards, you take the current week. So it's bullish on the weekly. On the daily, we're still bullish. This was the high which we had created. And this was a leg which created that high. So we're only going to be bearish below this point. So bullish. So at the moment, it's weekly bullish, daily bullish. We got this daily support level, which is also a previous daily support level. That's why we kind of formed more support on that level. So may continue bullish. The 4 hour is bearish in structure. We had this low created over here. This was a point which created the low. We haven't had a close above that point. So bearish market structure. As you can see though, we're kind of ranging on the 4 hour. These candles have hardly any volume within them for 4 hour candles. Then we can start marking some zones probably on about the 1 hour. So we have this range which we've been in. So we kind of want a candle close above that range, and then we got the clean candles to trade into on the left here. So this makes a nice trading zone. And then on the low side, I would mainly be looking for sells below this area down here. Continuations, and then we can come down to about this area over here. Same my gold analysis, I'll check it out for you now, James. So I'm just gonna quickly finish this off. And then obviously you can drop down to the smaller time frames and just fine tune your zones. Structure on the 1 hour is still bullish as well, hey guys. So it's a 3v1 bullish structure. So buys above this area would not be a bad idea if you are interested in taking the buys. Just waiting for candle closes, so we want those candle confirmations. And with the 1 hour structure, because we mainly bullish in market structure, if we were to get a candle close above here, we got all this to trade into. So testing this previous support resistance level is going to be quite likely if we get a clean candle close above this level. But until then, taking a breakout or something like that could be a little bit risky. So just be patient with that. Otherwise, you have potential sells below this level. $17.79. And then we got potential buys above 17.87 around there. And then I'll check your gold out for you now, Zims, your chart. Okay, yeah, so same buying. I also have that marked out. Then this is also correct. This buying zone sells below here as well. Yeah, this is perfect. Weekly you have as bearish though, so the weekly is bullish, because remember, so on a Wednesday you take the current weekly. So before a Wednesday you take the previous weekly, on a Wednesday you take the current weekly. So yeah, I understand why you're saying bearish there, but on the because it's Wednesday you take bullish, if that makes sense. But otherwise, yeah, perfect. Bullish 1 hour, bullish daily, bearish 4 hour. That's, you know, amazing. So keep that. So it's going to be 3v1 bullish structure, if that makes sense. And then these pip ranges that we have here are really, really good, guys. So taking buys into that area above 1787, going to be really, really good ranges to trade into. GJ, like I said, we might be getting this fake out of this range, and in that case we can maybe take the buys back up to the top, especially because we are more bullish. Thanks, Cross, of course. So let me just show where we're looking for potential. And that's what we're looking sells. What entry type would you be looking for on GJ if it's a fake out? Type D. So what's going to happen is, because we're kind of more uptrending than we are downtrending, we're going to want to form the support. Within the support, we're going to want to see some 5-minute resistance. And then if we break that resistance, so on the next candle, if we wick down and wick back up, and then push back up, then we can take an entry on the break of the support candle high. So which will be this candle. But we just need to see it needs to close back in the range. If it doesn't close back in the range and closes like this, I'll be then wanting to see continuations down, because then it kind of means we're respecting this level. So yeah, just gotta wait at this point. If you guys have any charts or anything, please do send them in. I will take a look at it. Or if you want me to analyze a pair for you guys, I'll happily do that too. How's it, Dex boy? How's Totals been? I don't know. You need to hop in and stream and find out. He actually doesn't stream anymore. And then yeah, guys, on gold, this is why you don't just take any old breakout. You wait for candle closes, because the amount of people that would have maybe taken what I call a type A, so impulse entry, at this point over here, as we broke the high, if it will let me choose this, and now look at what they're sitting on. You know, this drawdown, which, I mean, they're down 15 pips already, just because they were impatient and wait for a candle close above the level, and then a continuation. Why can't you sell break of the low? Can't really see you, but didn't wake up. You can sell break of the low, but as you can see, you know, it's moved quite a lot already, so there's probably going to be some exhaustion and then continuation. So just going to wait a little bit. If we get a weak bullish candle, then it's like a delay type B. Please remember to leave a like as well, guys, on the stream if you haven't. So yeah, just waiting at the moment. Need those candle closes. Highly important. Gold coming back up. Also is that negative correlation supposedly between gold and GJ, remember guys? So if gold's going up, GJ is usually coming down and vice versa. So you just got to be careful of that as well. Or not careful, but aware of that. It's not really confirmed, but it happens more often than not. Coming up to these levels, we just got to be careful of the rejection areas around here. So we got this area which you could reject in, just got to be wary of that. And then above there, it's clean candles. And remember, the next half an hour is also London open, so GJ could be getting quite a lot of nice volume. So let's just wait and see what happens. The fact that we got to close all the way below this lowest rejection, because what I was looking for was a close below this area, because this was kind of the range which we have established, and I was hoping we were just going to push through this, which we kind of did, but we're still rejecting a little bit. I think it's just some minor exhaustion. So yeah, hopefully we get a weak, if we want to continue down, we're going to get this weak bullish candle close or a small bearish candle, and then the next candle is just going to kind of either drop or wick up and drop down, and then we can take the sells on that. So, especially because we're coming into such a high volume time. Gold, who knows what gold's doing? We know how gold acts. And you don't really, in full gold, you don't want to trade in here at all, guys. The price action is terrible. Look, this is kind of like a no trading range. So just be wary. And levels to come up to, you could be looking at that area as well. We could reject at that level. So just be careful. Otherwise, yeah, for me, this is kind of like a no trade range. I'll either want to wait for buys above this level or sells below this level. Otherwise, you'll be in the washing machine, exactly. And you don't want to be caught up in the washing machine. We're kind of forming resistance on the 30-minute right now, which we need to sort of wait for. GJ is looking like our best option right now, especially with London Open coming up. Sells either below this level over here, or we're going to see how this candle closes. If this closes weak bullish, I'll be kind of tempted to take sells below this candle, the break of the low, because that means we can, there's a good chance that we get that bearish continuation down till this point at least, or down here, especially with that volume. So let's just be wary of that. Otherwise, yeah, we could be getting, if we get a nice strong bullish push now, we could get that fake out back into the range here, and then exact same idea as yesterday's stream. We take the buys above the break of wherever the high of this candle is, and then up to this resistance. Type D, what I call type D. But right now, just a little bit of patience. Yeah, gold's still coming down. See, the only thing giving me confidence in the gold buys, possibly, maybe not now, but later, is the bullish market structure. So although this is like looking like a little bit, you know, lower high, lower low type thing, we are still bullish in market structure overall. So just keep that in mind. And then if we get below, because I take into consideration the 1 hour, we'll only be bearish below this point over here, but because of the clean trading range here, we could get a couple of confluences which help us out with sells below this level as well. Remember, we just want to trade into clean candles. We don't want to trade into choppy price action. That's why trading in this range right now, not a good idea. So don't even try. You'll get put in the washing machine. GJ is coming down quite nicely now. So on the 50-minute, if we get this resistance forming on the 50-minute, that's kind of like a retest of the zone on the 15-minute. So if we get a strong candle close below this 50-minute support, and then the next candle has a little wick up and continuation down, that with London open and the clear candles to the left here, good chance that we carry on. The only problem is the market structure. So it's a 3v1 market structure. So at the moment, I have it as a 3v1 bearish market structure. So it is kind of minor counter trend trading, but there's a few more confluences than just taking into consideration market structure. So yeah, let's just wait. Only 9 more minutes. Because in essence, this is a perfect retest of the zone. So this is like a break and retest, but on like consecutive candles. Did you put a sell stop? Not yet. I'm going to wait for this candle close, because that's going to determine where my sell stop is. What I'm also worried about as well is the strong push which we've already made, so I am a bit worried about exhaustion. Because if you look at this candle right here, sorry, I'm just reloading it. This 1 hour candle as well will be quite a strong candle that we formed. But what will also... Well, what we'll need to take into consideration is this 1 hour support level. So we don't want to reject that, which we currently have done right here. So that's why, you know, price is having problems at this point. But what we can do is if we close below that level, basically fill this whole wick to the bottom side. Welcome, David. How are you doing? So yeah, let's just wait for that, because the 1 hour level that we're on right now is obviously quite strong if we're rejecting that again, and we formed support here previously. Looks good on the 30-minute though, so we do need to take that into consideration, but higher time frames always carry more weight than the low ones. 4 hour, same idea, kind of filling the 4 hour wick if we want to continue bearish down to this point. Only thing is on the 4 hour we are currently bullish in market structure. If you take into consider, yeah, we're definitely bullish in market structure because this is our new high. So we're only going to be bearish below here. So slightly counter trend, but it's alright. Daily, I was also looking at a wick full in the daily. We formed this resistance level, and then we pushed pretty hard bearish yesterday, and came down to this low, rejected it basically again, but now we still closed bearish, so we still formed a bearish candle, bearish daily candle, and now we could fill this bearish wick. So take that into consideration as well. Six minutes. See how gold's doing. Gold on the daily, yesterday we formed a daily resistance, but to be honest, we're in the daily range on gold. So this is kind of where you don't want to get involved at the moment. Four-hour respected the high of the previous 4 hour, at the low of the previous 4 hour, and now we can break the high of the previous 4 hour. Sharif, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Okay, we are coming down on GJ. Just trying to think if I should take an early entry or not. Because now we have retested that zone. Might take a low risk trade, but I'm gonna wait for obviously the break of this low. Definitely wait for the break. Your stop loss level is gonna be above the previous or the current 30-minute. And in the anticipation that we're going to have a strong bearish push at London Open, which is in 4 minutes. So what you can do as well is wait for the 1 hour candle to close, which is what I think I might do, because I don't want to get caught in this trade on the 1 hour support, because that's what we are at right now, is a 1 hour support level. So let me just move that to the side. So I'm not in this trade yet, in case anyone was thinking about hopping in, because I'm worried about this level right here. It's looking alright on the 30-minute, but you see on the 30-minute we might just drop. Gotta have areas on the 5 minutes as well, guys, where you're gonna manage your trade. So what I normally do is once I've set out my stop or my trade, basically my entry, stop loss and take profit, I'll mark out areas on the 5 minute that if price starts going against me, I can close positions on my trade. So I can close half of my trade if I start going into drawdown. That's how you manage risk, because we always got to manage risk. We should always go into a trade thinking, how much can I lose rather than how much can I make? You just need to be wary about that. So you'll see if we do enter into this trade, or if I do enter into this trade, I'll be closing half if price goes against us at these levels. We just got to be wary of London Open, because London Open could flip the opposite way. It's still not in, by the way. Haven't taken the entry. GJ break the 30-minute job, but you see you want to see it break properly, not just a little break. So this isn't even a pip below. So normally what I do is wait for either a pip or a pip and a half below, and then I'll take the entry just so that I know it's broken it for sure. I'm also just waiting. I think I'm going to wait for the 1 hour candle close, because at the moment it's still rejecting this 1 hour support level. So yeah, let's just be a little bit patient, and I'd much rather miss a trade than lose a trade, put it that way. So just waiting for that 1 hour close there, guys. Gold, not doing anything. So because we've already tested the zone on the 30-minute, we should just get a straight drop. That's what we're hoping for on the next 1 hour candle. So what we can do is adjust this. Still have the same areas where we can be managing risk. 8 seconds until the candle closes. Remember, we also don't want to see a candle close without a bottom wick, because 80% of the time that happens, we just get a flip. So as you can see, we've closed without a bottom wick here. What we'll ideally want to see is either a wick up. So this could be our wick up. And then we want to see a break of the low. And that'll be your entry. Stop loss levels are going to be either above this current candle, guys, or you can have it a bit higher if you want. London open as well, so you guys need to remember this is a very high volume time. I am in this trade, and I'm up quite nicely. Can obviously expect it to come down a little bit more. I did take a lower risk trade, by the way, guys. Yeah, we're pushing nicely. I'm up about 11 pips or 10 pips right now, so can start thinking about securing a little bit. If you guys are on this trade and took it at the break of the 1 hour low, should have done about eight pips. So if price comes back to entry, start thinking about possibly closing half, because you shouldn't go that much in profit and then come back to your entry and not be worried about it. I've already secured some of my positions and my stop loss is now at break even. Did anyone else take this GJ trade, by the way, guys? I want to fill that wick, yeah. The problem about a wick is that means within that wick you can reject at any point. So you need to be wary of that. What it would be best if we fill that wick on the 4 hour. Because what a wick is it's a rejection on lower time frames. So within here, there's going to be supports on the much lower time frames. Please remember to leave a like as well, guys, on the stream. So my entry was at 149.823. So on the wick up, I took the entry in anticipation that we're going to wick up and break the low and continue bearish. Which was about 10 pips, which is where I secured about 80% of my position. I do still see it having potential to continue bearish, but yeah, us being in this rejection, well, in the 1 hour we're in the rejection area, this whole wick, just got to be wary of that. That, along with we've made quite a strong bearish push already on the 1 hour. So that's why I say if it starts coming back towards your entry, you need to start managing risk. For me, if it comes back to my entry now, my stop loss is at break even. So I'm not risking anything. I'm not risking any of my profits. Let's see, we are coming down a little bit again now. Which is quite nice to see. is the new 5-minute candle. It's clean candles on the 5 minutes as well, which is good. So yeah, at this moment it's just a waiting game. If you are still in the trade, I have a run in the trade. So at this point, it's just how much extra can I get. And please remember, guys, if you are in the trade, I see 2 of you guys took it, or have told me you took it. Please remember to secure profits along the way. We're getting a nice push now. You should be 10 pips up from the break of the low here. So yeah, it's at 11 pips. So you should be securing some of your positions, please, if you are still in the trade. And at this point, your stop loss should be at break even, more or less. Because once you secure your first profits, you should secure. I mean, move your stop loss to break even. I took it last night. Nice, Troy. I took it. Well done, Sharif. Anyone who did take it, please remember to leave a like on the stream. It helps out a lot, and it's free. Hopefully we can get some more, make you guys some more money by pushing. There we go. We're getting a nice push. So yeah, if you guys want to see the full breakdown analysis of how this trade idea was taken, please go back in the stream. You'll see it explained. I think this is 3 stream wins in a row. First day was the gold, yesterday was GJ, that fake out trade, and now we got the gold sells. Okay, James, your TP is at 687, but I do want you to maybe secure some profits before that level, if you haven't already, or at least take some risk off the table by moving your stop loss to break even. I don't want you to be this much in profits and then go and lose money. Gold, we got our highest level close so far in this range. As you can see, we didn't close above the resistance level completely, but we closed above the body resistance with this previous 1 hour candle. Now this 1 hour candle wicked down and is trying to push up. Be careful of this. You want it to break properly. You want it to break the zone properly. We do have a clean range to trade into, but you want it to break that zone properly. You don't just want it to pop up above. So yeah, I do understand why buyers on gold could play out, but you just want to wait for the correct candle confirmations. It's quite a strong level that we are now. It's a 1 hour resistance, which has been rejected a couple times. So just be careful of that. We're still waiting for this to come in for this whole week. So hopefully we get a nice strong push and we will be chilling. $687, Zeems, your first TP should have been hit by now, and I see we're getting a nice strong push. Beautiful. So if you guys took it at the break of the 1 hour candle, you should be up about 16 pips right now. If you took it where I took the trade, you'll be up about 17. So I took it on the wick up in anticipation that we're going to wick down. Not wick down, push down. And continue bearish with London open. But yeah, we're pushing really, really nicely right now. I'm very happy. Coming down to what could be one of our first levels of rejection, which is a 15-minute support. So if you do want to secure some more profits at this level, we are pushing still really, really nicely. I'm going to be closing some more of my position at this level. So I opened a 15 lot. I've closed 14 of those lots. And my stop loss is at break even. Bit of a low risk trade today, but working out perfectly. TP hit, wonderful. Well done, boys, well done. See the importance of looking for supports on lower time frames. As you can see, we hit this 15-minute support level, which was within that rejection wick on the 1 hour and 30, and that's why we're rejecting that area. That's price action, you know, and support and resistance summed up perfectly. Check gold. Yeah, pushing up on gold makes a lot of sense. Optimal buy entries would have been about a pip above here, so probably where price is, but because I'm just off the back of that GJ trade, I'm probably not gonna be getting involved in gold right now. That's where you close. Well done. Yeah, importance of securing profits, guys. And I'm glad that it looks like a few of you took the trade. Great start to the day, truly is. Be careful on gold, guys, honestly. Ideally you would want maybe even to wait for this, because you see this candle, it closed above the resistance body level, so it closed above all the other candles, the body, but the wick still rejected this resistance level, the top of the resistance level. So maybe wait for this candle to close above before taking any entries, because gold can properly mess up your day. Believe me, I know. Good job. Great start to the day. Just see how many pips we got here. 19. Trading NY session. I'm gonna go get my second vaccination today, so I can't. It's at 3 o'clock as well as NY opens, so I can't trade NY today. Gold, anyone who took buys on gold, I feel for you. Wait for that candle close. Well, you're only going to be about 7 pips down right now, but it's not ideal. Wait for the confirmed trades, you know. GJ was amazing. Getting vaxxed, yeah, I've already had my first one. Got sick in between my first and my second one, and had to postpone it. So now getting it just finished. Looks like we are retracing from that area quite a lot. This 5 minute did a lot. So everyone, if anyone has like a runner position in the trade or partial positions in the trade, then you need to have your stop loss at break even. It definitely should be at break even. So whatever your entry point was, you should have your stop loss at that point. Yeah, 5 minute support is forming. But we don't have to worry. You see, the thing about taking these sorts of trades is we could come back into this region right now, but we actually don't care because we got our move. We got our move of the day. If I don't take another trade today, I'm not worried about it at all. I've taken my trade, made my money, And if I want to take another trade, I can, but I'm going to take a low risk trade. There's no point of me making profits and then blowing it all later on in the day, you know? So, yeah. Just have a trading plan. So for me, I've always been a believer in, you know, less trades makes more money, especially if you know what you're doing, because you're risking less money that way. So I normally take about 1 to 3 trades a day. And if my first trade of the day is a decent win, I probably won't trade for the rest of the day unless I see a really nice setup. And if I do see that nice setup, I'll usually take a low risk trade. If you do want to go look at some of my trading history, guys, you can go look on Instagram. It's links in the description. And in the results highlights, you'll see some, well, my past few months, you'll see some results there. And also remember to give a follow while you're at it. And join the free Telegram, which is also in the description. What lot size did I take on this sell? I took 15 lot on this sell. I was thinking about taking a 20, but I saw this candle close without a wick, and I've seen it too many times before where the candle closed without a bottom wick or a top wick, and it just flips in the opposite direction. So I took a 20 lot. I've secured 14 of those lots. I still have my runner position in, so my 1 lot is still in. So yeah, that could have just been the wick up on the new 15, and now we could be pushing down. Gold is still playing around with people's accounts. And yeah, news-wise today, guys, not a lot of news. We have this dollar news. Unemployment claims is quite a hectic one. But like I discussed yesterday, the numbers are looking good on unemployment claims, which means the dollar currency is gonna improve because less people are claiming for unemployment and saying they have no jobs. So should help the economy, and in that case, the gold will go down because the dollar is strengthening. So gold sales could be on the table later if these numbers are correct. But this forecast on Forex Factory has been wrong thousands of times. So these, I don't know where they get their numbers from, but it's not always the most accurate. So just be aware of that. They've been wrong a few times. But it is good to have some understanding of fundamentals, guys, if you do want to take Forex trading seriously. We're coming back down here, which is great to see. Make some more money with this runner. I have a 1 lot left in. Yeah, I'll analyze your CAD. It's like that. I think I must have done this for you yesterday, I'm assuming. Yeah, I think I did. So I don't ever trade this, so I'm surprised I had it marked out. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, so weekly bearish market structure, because we take into consideration the current week. Daily, yesterday we formed some daily support, respected the low of the previous daily candle, as you can see here. So if we break this daily high, there's a very good chance that we could retest the top. Maybe not today, but within the next few days. Because of this is the candle formations you got to look at. We respected that candle, we respected the previous candle's low and formed support, strong support. So if we break this candle high on the daily, there's a good chance that we could continue quite bullish. But now finding the entry will be on the lower time frame. So you'll have to look on the lower time frames for optimal entry. So let's go to, I'm just going to mark out that daily high for you. And we can mark that in red. As well, just mark out the daily low as well. So now we can drop down to 4 hour. So you see at this level, we also have 4 hour resistance, which is a good thing because it means if we break through that 4 hour resistance, there's a chance of continuing bullish. And we have 4 hour support down at this level. My 4 hour structural bias is bearish because of the strong move, but it looks like we're making a little bit of a push. So it's bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. Yeah, I think the daily was bullish. Yeah, we formed this low and this is a new high. And then we can drop down to the 30 minute. You can see here we have a lot of, well, not a lot of range to trade into, but a fair amount if we take into consideration these two zones and then that whole move up. At the moment we're in a range, so you don't want to trade anywhere in this range. Just mark that as resistance. You need to remember as well, this is also your previous daily high, because I haven't moved this, I've just adjusted it so that it looks neater, but that's why you mark it in a different color, so you remember, okay, that's your daily high. The previous daily candle respected the low of the other day, the previous day of that day's candle. So if you break the highs now, there's a good chance of continuing bullish. At the moment you're in a range, so this, you don't want to get caught in here. This is like that washing machine that I talk about. You want to trade into clean candles. So the structure on here is obviously still bearish technically, because this is our low and this is the point which created the low, and we haven't had a close above there, but we're micro trending bullish. So this is all a micro trend. And what you can now look for is areas where if you sell, you can come below. So you can maybe come to this because of the clean candles. You just got to watch out for rejection levels. This would be a rejection level. This would be a rejection level, because we're in a trending market. You can reject at those sorts of levels. And then with buys, I would be obviously wary of these 30-minute resistances. But if you look on the 4 hour, clean range up till about this level where you could reject on the 4 hours. So yeah, where this line is. So my overall technical market structure is bearish, because we have more bearish time frames than we do bullish. But the daily is indicating that there's a chance that we continue bullish if we break this high. But what you can also look at now is we've created a new daily low. If we form resistance here, we can come and retest the lows. So you need to have scenarios for every situation. So buy and a selling scenario. I hope that does help out, Luke. Yeah, just stay out of this range. Do not try and trade this range. No worries. Consolidating a little bit on the 5 minute. So for anyone that missed this initial move on GJ, what you can wait for is something like this. So now that the move has already happened, there's no point in trying to hop into the move now or try to get sells back down to the lows. What you're going to want to do is wait for this to create a new low. So let's say we close bearish down in this point. Then we start getting a little bit of a pullback, some bullish market pushes. And then we form some resistance at a previous point of support. So let's say we react with this area over here. Then we can get some sells back down to this level. What we'll need to see obviously is some support form, some resistance, and then break of that support, and we can take sells back down to the low. That's your way of getting into a move that you missed, but having the confirmations for it. Because taking a sell now would be very risky to kind of come back down to this level and continue, because the move's already happened. So what you want to do is create a new low, retest the previous key level. So in this case, it would be an area of support, see resistance form, because now we're in a bearish market, and then break through some minor support, and we can test the lows and maybe even create new lows and continue that bearish market trend. That's how a bearish market moves. So just be patient. Don't try and think now, okay, flip, I've missed the move. What am I going to do? It's going to be plenty of moves today. Or even tomorrow if there isn't today. Just be patient. Don't try force anything. First trade taken today, plus 19 pips. Not too bad. We're on a bit of a streak on the streams at the moment. 3 streams, 3 wins. Gold is still messing us around. Now we form some more resistance, so what we're going to do, it's a high resistance. We shift the zone higher so that now we know, okay, what we want is a candle close above this level. As you can see, we've just rejected that level. So if you want to type it out, you can, and then you can just change it to the new price that you're looking for the potential buys. And then that way you're just constantly reminding yourself that you're only looking for buys if you get the correct candle formations and above that price. So it's going to be above here. Buys above that level. Sells below this level. Not really interested in taking any trades in this range at the moment. It is quite a, yeah, just terrible price action, to be honest with you. GJ was the move of the day already, even though the day's just started. You can see we didn't do much during Asian, just consolidated. And this is what I said before, guys. If you consolidate in a session, in one session, it normally means the next session is either going to be a lot more volume, or if you consolidate in that session as well. So let's say you consolidate Asian and London sessions. The New York session is very likely to have volume, or NYSE. So normally when you see these long consolidations, the pushes are just going to be bigger. So in this case, we had a decent consolidation throughout the whole of the Asian session. And then pre-London, we got some volume, catalyst candle. I've explained that in a previous YouTube video, and I have a video on Instagram about it. But look at this candle size compared to the rest of these candles. This is called a catalyst candle. What it tells us is there are now sellers in the market, or if it was a strong bullish candle, there are now buyers in the market. It's about 3 times the size of all these other candles as well, which tells us volume is picking up. Why is volume picking up? London open. Look at the time. 9, 9:30, 10. This is London open. This is pre-London. So just look out for small things like that. Euro USD, please. Sure, I'll analyze that. Yeah, just a Euro CAD. Let's see. Start on the weekly. Okay, weekly is it's a doji candle at the moment, but we'll say it's bullish because you always take current one. Daily forms some strong daily support yesterday, and we are at a current daily resistance level. You see this level over here is a strong resistance level. So if we reject this area, that's why, because we're on a daily resistance. Can drop down to the 4 hour on a, this daily resistance level is obviously made out of these 4 hour resistances. So you can see here we're on a bit of a strong bearish 4 hour push. We have our resistance up at this level. If this would work. And then we haven't formed any support at the moment. So I'm going to drop down to the 1 hour, see if we can find some support. Got a couple of support levels here, which we've broken through on the 1 hour. This was our previous support level. So we were in this kind of range, but now we've broken out of that. And there's a good chance that we can come down to this level over here. You can see we got that candle close, very similar to what we just had on GJ. You get that candle close below. This is a retest of that previous support. If we break this low, there's a good chance that we can continue to the previous support level below that zone. So just going to drop down to 30 minutes. Don't drop down too much lower than the 30 minute. There's no need to. 4 marking out zones. As you can see as well in the 30 minutes, this is clean traffic. Very similar setup to what we just had on GJ. We had this close below the zone. Now this candle, it didn't have enough volume to break the low of this previous bearish candle, which closed below the zone, but we still could continue to this area. You just need to be wary of possible rejections within there. Do you know Q banks? I do know who QBanks is. I have no idea about his course. I have no idea about his trading, but I do know obviously who he is. I think he's a really good marketer. I don't know if he's any good at trading, because like I said, I've seen his numbers, but to be honest, I've never seen any proof of how real they are. Whereas at least with someone like Roger Banks, I don't know if you know him, he's super transparent. He shows all his results, shows his accounts, that sort of thing. So another thing you need to look for on GEU is that this is the high created. This is the point which created the high. We've now closed below that area here, so we've transitioned structure bearish. That's why these cells would make a little bit more sense. The 4-hour structure is currently bullish. 4-hour structure is bullish. And then, yeah, like I said, weekly was bullish, and the daily, I'll check out for you now, is bearish. Yeah, Roger Banks strategy, I follow 10 pips. Exactly. To be honest, everyone is going to have a different amount of pips which they're aiming for, but people don't realize that if you were to do something like 10 to 20, 10, 15 pips a day, the difference that's going to start changing to your account, your trading, is incredible. If you can just aim for 10 pips of profit a day, there's not a lot of traders who do 10 pips of profit a day on average, because what they'll do is they'll aim for 50, maybe one trade they'll make 40 or 50 pips, and then they'll go lose 7 for like 30. So if you just aim for small consistent gains, you'll always come out on top. And Raja preaches that a lot. I preach that a lot. It's a good way of looking at trading. Pound and AUD. It's a pair that I used to trade. Haven't looked at it as well in a long time. Looks very bearish. Okay, so yeah, you can see the weekly at the moment is super bearish. Daily coming down. We close below this daily support level. That means we could come down to this daily support level because of this close. We just need maybe a retest of the zone, so that could come in this daily candle. We could form bullish, and then the next one forms bearish and breaks a low. Structure, of course, at the moment is bullish on the... Oh, it's bearish on the daily now because we closed below this. So that's 2 time frames bearish. This was our 4-hour support. Probably come down to this 4-hour level over here. And we have a current 4-hour support forming. And we have a 4-hour resistance already formed above that level. So let's go to the 1 hour. So at the moment we're ranging on the 1 hour. Don't want to get involved. What I'd say is potential buys above this 1 hour level. And definitely like the bearish market structure is very significant here. So I'd say potential sells below this level down until about this level. Don't try and trade this range. Price is ranging at the moment. Don't get involved here. Wait for a clean break below here or a clean break above. Such strong bearish market structure that I wouldn't even be looking for buys. I would only be looking for sells. Just keep that in mind. The lot size you use, what account balance do you start out with for risk management? So I don't know if you've heard of something called magic keys, but that can work this out for you. So if you, my rule of thumb is don't risk more than 2% of your account per trade. So whatever your account size is, you need to work out per trade what 2% risk would be with the stop loss. And that's going to allow you to obviously manage risk correctly. If you're going to go in with a 10 pip stop loss, of course your lot size would be bigger than if you were to go in with a 30 pip stop loss. So it all depends on your stop loss and percentage risk. So aim to risk only 2%. And even if you do risk that 2%, don't lose that 2%. So if you do start going into drawdown, manage risk. That's all. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give to any trader, is manage risk. And don't trade, don't take 10 to 12 trades a day. Take 1 to 3. Do I think UJ is a sell? Yeah, 6 more subs away from 300. Please, if you haven't subbed already, guys, remember to hit the sub button and the like as well, please. It does help. I think UJ was a sell, but now, as you can see, support and resistance, right? This was our support level. We tapped into that. We've rejected it. So now what you're going to want to wait for is a pullback, because now we've created a new low, and then some minor support to form, and then we can retest this low and maybe create new lows. So I wouldn't say it's a sell right now, but what I would say is wait for a minor pullback and then try sell back down to the lows. You don't want to get in a sell at the low, if that makes sense. On the daily as well, it'll be perfect if we reject those daily levels to form some daily resistance here, and then continue down to this level, retesting the daily low. You just need to look for candle confirmations. You need to have some candle knowledge, you know, respecting candles highs and lows, the importance of that. Candle closing and not closing above certain levels, you need to have knowledge of that. Ricky Zeebs, thanks for the sub. So yeah, just be aware of those. Yeah, ask away. Ask whatever questions you want. I'll try my best to answer them. I can't promise you it's going to be too informative, but I hope it does help out a bit. Other than that, still, yeah, my runner on GJ has been stopped out. So first trade of the day was a 19 pip win, which I'm pretty happy with. I ended up closing my first position quite early though, so the result isn't as good as it should be. GBP USD, this one that I actually analyze quite often for people in chat. Is it a sell? Well, gonna have to, we are bearish on the weekly, bearish on the daily, bearish on 4 hour, and we are in a really bad rejection area as well though. So we're at this 1 hour support level, which as you can see we tapped into and are rejecting now, and we have this 1 hour resistance level formed up here, so kind of like a 1 hour range. Drop down to the 30-minute. Me personally, I wouldn't be caught selling into this area if someone paid me. You look at these rejection wicks, it's just, you don't want to trade into that. You want to trade into clean price action, remember, so clean candles. I wouldn't say it's a sell right now, but I would say we're in a bearish market for sure. So sells are definitely on the cards, but not right now. Well, for me personally, I don't know how you trade or the way you look at a market, but for me, if I look left below a support zone and I see rejections like that, what that's telling me is don't even consider trying to take that sell. We want to see clean candles. Thank you for the sub, Fidelia. You see on GJ is the perfect example of the clean candles. So we're stuck in this range over here. So this is basically, if you had this clean traffic on GU, I'd say the same thing. We're stuck in this range over here. We got this candle close below the lowest support level, lowest relevant support level. We got a wick up, retested the zone. That was this over here, retested the zone, broke the low, continued to the next, there was a 15-minute support level. So the reason that we took this trade was not just because of the breakout, was because of the clean candles to the left. You need to be wary of clean price action. You need to look out for clean price action. Can you do a challenge starting with $50? I can't do a challenge starting with $50. I'd rather just trade on my account. If you want to go look at my results, you can go look at the Instagram, the link's in the description. Go to the results highlights and you'll see. There's definitely no need for me to trade with do a $50 challenge. Otherwise, yeah, guys, if you, like I said, if you want to take these sells on GJ, or if you're looking for sell continuations, wait for the pullback to a zone of previous support and wait for some resistance to form, and then we can come back down, maybe create some new lows, and finally, you know, fill the 4-hour wick, which is this over here. So we kind of eventually want to get down back to this 4-hour low, which we had this massive rejection wick. So kind of like a wick fill idea on the 4-hour. 3 more subs. Yeah, please guys, remember to sub. Almost at 300. Let's try to get there before the end of the stream. Or at least before the end of the week. Yep, gold rejected that zone immediately. Like I said though, I wasn't looking for any trades in this range. For me, this is a no trade range. I don't want to get caught up in this. Type B on the 15, but I don't look for type Bs on the 15 usually. And for me, this is a range. Can you do a challenge though, starting with a small amount of money? I don't need to do a challenge and I don't need to trade with a small amount of money. I have my account, which I make money on. I don't need to trade with a small amount of money. Like I said, you can more or less work out my account size by seeing the lot size that I trade with. I don't need to do any account challenges or anything like that. I trade my own funds. So yeah, just waiting for gold to establish a directional bias, a clear directional bias. At the moment, we're back in this range. If I extend this, you can see why we're rejecting here so many times. We have this rejection right here, these wicks, wick rejections over here. We formed another resistance over here and this rejection over here. So as you can see, this is proving to be quite a strong key level. So let's just be wary of it. And this would affect a lot of the buyers out. And as you can see, there wasn't really any candle confirmations as to take the buy. It was a pure impulse buy if anyone did. Type A in my ways of looking at trading. So yeah, very risky. And you would have paid the price. Do you trade any indexes? No, I trade two things. You can see here. I do look at the dollar index, but that's for gold. So that I can see if the dollar is strengthening, gold should be going down. If the dollar is weakening, gold, usually the price goes up. Directly, you know, linked. If you guys have any charts as well, please send them in. Or any more charts. Seems I know you sent already in, I think, your gold one. But yeah, on GJ, that's why we had that rejection. It's just me or the market's been bad to trade on. Yeah, it hasn't been ideal market conditions. If you compare this, let me just open. I'll show you the market conditions towards the end of last month and basically throughout most of last month were amazing on GJ and gold. I'll go to this and go to the daily because we had such a clear market bias, which was sells. So when we saw that, you know, it made this so much easier. We were creating lows, forming some support, retesting those lows and breaking the lows. Sells was so easy. Gold was probably the easiest trading I've ever had in my life at this stage over here, where we formed this daily support, closed below the daily support. All the structure had flipped bearish, and we had this to trade into, these clean candles. The only region we had to worry about was obviously rejecting here, but this move was so easy. This all happened in one day. And then we came to the support level, And again, the relevance of support and resistance, we rejected now the support level. So if we can break the support level, we can continue bearish. But if we don't and we now break above this resistant level, we're obviously going to retest these highs. So that's why you take into consideration all these factors. And you don't just trade 1 or 2 conferences. 300 subs, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. We're on the move. What's your take on FTMO? So my opinion about FTMO, of course, I've always been a someone who trades my own funds, but I understand that some people want to have experience with trading larger amounts of funds. What you got to look at is, are you consistent on your current account? Even if it's a $50 account, $100 account, $200 account. If you can't be consistent on that, these people who believe that because now they have hundreds of thousands or maybe millions to trade are going to be profitable or consistent, it doesn't work like that. If you can't be consistent and profitable with small amounts of money, you can't do it with big amounts of money. And people seem to have that misconception where all of a sudden they have huge amounts of money because they're going to be, if they do win a trade, it'll be so much more that they won't be as greedy. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. So I do believe in FTMO challenges or FTMO funding if you have consistency to prove. So let's say if you have 6 months or a year of consistent trading on even if it's a small, very small account, a live small account, then go for it. Try do FTMO challenge. But I personally don't really like them very much. I just think trading with your own funds is so much better, and there's no time pressure. I've heard with FTMO challenges, they tell you you must make X amount of returns in X amount of time. So it kind of forces you to overtrade in a way. So yeah, not my biggest, I'm not the biggest fan of them, should I say. But I know some people obviously want to have that experience of trading with large amounts of money. And like I said, if you are consistent, I can see why it would work out. But if you're not consistent and you think just because it's a larger amount of money that you're going to be profitable, unfortunately, that's not how trading works. If you can do it with $50 and you can do it with $100, then maybe you can do it with the bigger amounts. But if you can't do it with that, then of course you're going to have to, become consistent with the small amounts. And that's my thought on it. So I hope that answered your question. Can you do NASDAQ? I can check out the US 100 for you. Haven't looked at this in ages, but I see we're coming back to these all-time highs, which we created. It's confusing to learn. Forex is no joke. People who come into the Forex market thinking it's going to be a packet of chips and super easy, unfortunately not. It's like honestly, it's like how I think new people coming in need to look at it. Like a lot of people ask me, I'm going to university, am I going to have time to trade, or what should I do? I say honestly, Forex you can sometimes look at as a university course. Becoming a good Forex trader can take as long as becoming like getting a degree in something. There's a reason you only become a lawyer after you get your law degree. It's because then you're equipped with the information to take on, the courts. You should only really become a Forex trader once you have the knowledge and you're equipped with the knowledge to take on the markets. Otherwise, it's not going to be fun. You're going to come in here and throw money away. So you need to look at it like that. It's an investment in yourself almost. And you need to do it properly and not get caught up in the fugazi that's on Instagram with people posting pictures of cars, Lamborghinis, watches, and that sort of thing. Promising you that car in 3 months if you start with your $20 account. And so unfortunately, that's not how trading works. So yeah, let me get back to this chart. So we're at a resistance here on NASDAQ, a daily resistance. The 4 hour, so what we'd like to see is obviously breaking out of this 4 hour resistance. We have a great amount of clean range to trade into on the 4 hour. Obviously, you're going to have to drop down to lower time frames to pick up on some lower time frame support. You can see here we have a 4 hour support forming here, and we can come down to these levels if we break through that 4 hour support. I hope I said resistance for here. If I said support, I meant resistance. This is 4 hour resistance. Then on the 1 hour, you can see we're ranging right now, so don't get involved in this. Yeah, easy buys up to there if we break and close above this level at 16,459, and probably decent sells below this level as well. All you need to worry about for the sells is this counter trend. You can see how bullish we are on market structure, so be wary of this level over here. If I can mark that out for you. Don't know why it's not letting me. Yeah, so be wary of that top level and be wary of this support level. In a range at the moment, don't try and trade this range. Wait for either a close and continuation to this level, to the support level, or a close above this level and a continuation towards that resistance level. Don't try and trade here. Don't want to be caught in ranges. Other than that, I hope that helps with the breakdown. Structure wise, bullish on the weekly, bearish on the daily, believe it or not. We are bullish on the 4 hour, and we are bullish on the 1 hour. So buys are more likely. So what I would do if I was looking at Nasdaq, which I don't trade, I used to, I would be looking for buys above this level over here. Maybe wait for a retest, and then we can carry on continuing bullish, creating new highs, and eventually retest the all-time highs. So yeah, I hope that helped you out if you are looking at Nasdaq. Hello, good morning. What about gold today? It's very volatility in this days. Gold is very choppy, I would say, rather than volatile. As you can see here, my word. Sorry, let me get to the, I was just looking at GJ there. As you can see here on gold, stuck in this range. So I've actually broken down gold already. Sorry guys. So as you can see here, we have this range that we were stuck in, and we need to either break above this level, 1787. We are more bullish in market structure than bearish, so we need to take that into consideration. Close above this level, retest of this level, close below this level, break below down to about this level down here. So yeah, I hope that helps out. But you are right, gold is a very volatile pair, but at the moment it's more choppy than volatile. So just be aware of that. This is, for me, is still a no trade range. I'm not interested in taking any buys or sells within this range. I'd rather wait for safe sells below 1779 or safe buys above 1787. We have about 35 minutes left, guys. And then I will be off for the day. So if you guys do have any more questions or more charts you want me to check out, I'll check out AUD CAD for you now. But yeah, if you're trading Nasdaq, to be honest, it's looking like some very easy buys above this level, especially based on the 4 hour. If we form some bullish 4 hour candles and get back up into this region, we can definitely retest the highs. Maybe not this week, or maybe towards the end of this week. We're already in Thursday, but definitely Friday and next week. How do I know which weak candle to use when I'm looking for the market bias? Okay, so good question. You take into consideration the previous candle before. So if it's on a Sunday, you take into consideration the previous weekly candle. If it is on a Wednesday, so then you take that up until the Wednesday afternoon. After Wednesday afternoon, you take into consideration the current candle. So if we go back here and we see this is, let's say it's Sunday evening now, and Monday or Tuesday. This is the previous weekly candle. That's what you're going to take into consideration. Now that we're on Wednesday afternoon or later, we're going to take into consideration this weekly candle, the current weekly candle. So from yesterday onwards it's bullish, but from previously it was bearish. So that's how you work out your weekly structural bias. About pound AUD, do you think they can go down more, or the pair going to start consolidating and then up? I think I did just check it out. Let me see again. Depending on how this daily candle closes. So what I noticed about pound AUD was we have this level over here, this previous support level on the daily. We broke through that and closed below that with yesterday's daily candle. So that also flipped daily structure bearish. All the minus time frame structure right now also bearish. So what I would like to see, obviously we're going to have some form of exhaustion. So maybe that's going to mean a daily bullish candle or two daily bullish candles. And then we're going to maybe retest this level up here. And then we're going to be able to sell it back down to the lows. So I don't trade this pair, but if I were, I'd be looking for sells still only. I wouldn't want to take any of these counter trend buys. But essentially what it's going to look like is something like this if you do get that pullback. So retest of the zone and then retest of the lows, and then you can kind of continue down. I believe we can get down to this previous support level, this daily support level. It's what we had on gold not so long ago. On the daily, I'll show you here. We had this daily support level formed. This support level down here, we had all these clean candles. We got to close below that with this daily candle, and you can see we just dropped after that with the bearish market structure. So that's what you got to look for. I hope that does help out. Let me do AUD CAD because I saw that in chat. Okay. See what we're looking at here. Thank you, no problem, Zeems. So our weekly is obviously bullish at the moment, just because we're taking into consideration the current weekly. Daily is bearish in market structure. You can see we had this low formed here, and the point which created it was up here. So we're only going to be bullish above this level. So at the moment, the daily on this pair is bearish. The 4 hour is also bearish. We had this low created over here. This was the point which created the low, so we're only going to be bullish above this level. So bearish until we create a new low. As you can see, we formed some 4 hour support, which is good because we have this clean 4 hour price action beforehand, so these clean candles to trade into. So what we can do is do that, and then it looks like we're forming some resistance up here, so we can mark that out as well. Buys isn't really what I would be looking at the moment. Then on the 1 hour, you can see we're in this 1 hour range. So it's going to be risky to really try and take any buys in this range, but sells are looking great because on the 1 hour, okay, we are bullish in structure on the 1 hour because we created this low over here, and this was the area which created it, so we closed above that level. So this is the high now. So we are going to be bearish then below this level, which makes sense because if we get a candle close below this level, 1 hour structure flips bearish. And what we can then do is start moving down, retest of it, and push down. We have all this clean range to trade into, these clean candles. So I'd be looking for sells on AUD CAD if you trade that pair. Below, what level is this? Below, yeah, 906.22. Let me just check US30. These are some really old markings that I had on here. So I think it's going to be a sell, you're asking. Clean daily range. If we break below the previous daily low, there's opportunity. The only problem is obviously we're a bit bullish in market structure. You can see here we have this 4 hour support level and that 4 hour resistance level. So if we break this 4 hour support level, there's a good chance we're going to test the previous support level below that point. On the 1 hour though, you're going to have to look for some minor resistance, or not minor resistance, it's lower time frame supports. So you could mark that down to there, maybe get some sells from that level down to this level and continuations. But yeah, this this is going to be a tricky one to trade at the moment. Price action isn't great on here. Euro GBP. Lots of pairs you guys have here. Okay, we're coming up to a weekly resistance level. You can see that. Could be rejecting that with this wick, that rejection wick that we have here. On the daily, we are currently bearish in market structure. Oh, actually we're bullish because we got the close above this level over here, because this was our low down at this point over here. So we're bullish in market structure. We have 4-hour resistance that is just formed as well at a previous area of 4-hour resistance, as you can see up here. We're rejecting that area again, so that would be over here. Yeah, we have a lot of clean candles on the 4-hour, but you're going to want to identify some support on the lower time frames. So below this level is probably looking like our cleanest area, and then we have this to trade into, so it's going to make it a lot easier that to trade into. But by the looks of it, we are bullish in market structure. Yeah, definitely bullish in market structure. So sells is going to be quite tough to take in that situation. So just be careful. Also, if you want to take some possibly safer buys, wait for price to come down to this level over here, which was a previous level of resistance. It's going to end up looking something like this. We'll come down, we'll react with this zone, form some 4-hour support, and then continue retest the highs, and then maybe we can go on and create new highs. So this is how you buy at the low in an uptrending market. So this is our high, point that created the high, we are bullish. This is the current high, so obviously you don't want to take buys above this level. What you want to do is try to get buys at the lowest level, so form of support. And this support could come at these levels, because this would basically be a break and retest. We had the break here, retest here, and then push on, and then you want to get buys up to the top again, and then see new highs created. That's how trading a trend works. That's how a lot of swing traders look at it. So yeah, hope all these pairs, or this pair analysis is helping you guys out a little bit. We have a pretty interesting situation on GJ, where now we've had this full retracement, rejection of this area, which if we drop down to the 15, you guys will see is an area of support. Over here, previous area of support, and now we could be forming a resistance level over here, which means it's a break and retest, and we could come back down to the lows. We are bearish in market structure as well. So again, I'm only going to be looking probably for sells for the rest of the day until we come above this level up here, which I have marked out, potential buys above 153.19. That's where I will be looking for buys. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't, guys. I'd appreciate that. So it's a possibility entry, but in that level and a small stop loss. You need to tell me which pair you're talking about. Oh, I'm talking about your JPY. Let me just see. I know I did just break it down, but sorry, Euro GBP. I mean, yeah, like I said, my market structure is bullish, so I wouldn't be looking for sells. Entry buy that level, small stop loss. So are you talking about at the current level, or at which level? What I'll be looking at for buys on this pair would be if we come back down to this level over here. So I'll be looking for price to retrace completely, do the full retest of the zone, and take buys at this level. Because then, like I just showed you, it's going to be look like something like this. So we had resistance, form support at resistance. So now it's changed from resistance, turn to support, and then buy back up to the top. I don't want to be taking buys at the highs at all. Yeah, so, and then obviously your stop loss is going to come from a lower time frame. So you want to drop down, if you're looking at the 4 hour time frame, you probably want to drop down to the 1 hour or the 30-minute to try find your entry level, and then your stop loss is going to be below one of those candles, so either a 30-minute candle or 1 hour candle, just a technical level. You can't just place it anywhere. It needs to be under a technical level where it would make sense for price not to come back down to that level if we're talking about structure and technicals. So that's how you need to look for a stop loss. I can't tell you now where your stop loss is going to be because I have no idea where price is going to come down to. But if we do get down to this level and start forming some 4 hour support, good chance we're going to retest the highs. Do you give signals? No, I don't do signals, unfortunately. Well, I don't know if it is unfortunately, but I don't do signals. I do teach though. So if you are interested in learning more about this style of trading and learning more about Forex, and realistic Forex, I'm not talking about someone who's going to promise you a Lamborghini in the next few months, then yeah, I will try my best to help you out. You can check the website, there's memberships and all that stuff. Then you can also join the free Telegram, link is in the description. Follow the Instagram, I post a lot on the Instagram, link is in the description. So yeah, can I show you a chart before you go? Yeah, please do. I have another 25 minutes, guys. So again, any more questions or anything like that, please ask or send charts. Can I message you personally? I have something to ask you about broker. Yep, send me a message on Instagram or Telegram or whatever gram. And yeah, guys, in the free Telegram, I do try and post as much as possible. So I will post their chart analysis, trade ideas, that sort of thing. Zeem, so I'll check that out for you now. And I encourage you guys as well on the Telegram to please post your chart analysis and that sort of thing, because just gonna check this out quickly, because that does help a lot. And that way I can show you guys exactly what I feel like maybe you're doing wrong, that sort of thing. Can you link the website? The website link should be in the description. You can check that out. Let me see if it is in the description myself. Yeah, it is. So it says their website, kingscapitalforex.com. Otherwise, let me just get it for you as well. I don't know if it will allow me to paste this in the chat. Okay, it did. Zeem, sorry, let me get back to your chart, bro. Let me find it first. No worries, Raz, no worries. Okay, Zeems. Yeah, so that is a type B entry, perfect type B entry. You can see we formed support, closed below that support level, wicked up into the zone, rejected it. So that would have been on the lower time frame, some minor, a minor retest. So let's say minor resistance forming in there, and then we were going to push down, break through minor support, which would have been in that wick that closed below. And then you can see clean traffic to the left. We had a equal bullish to bearish buyers to sellers, and yeah, the perfect sell. So buys or sells both made sense, and that is a type B. So if anyone's wondering what I'm saying when I say type B or things like that, that is, I teach 5 types of trade entries in my mentorship or my course, and they basically are named type A, B, C, and D, and there's a delayed type B. So that is more or less what I'm talking about. But seems, yeah, very nice backtest, very nice trade. That is perfect. Bitcoin buy. I have no idea, to be honest with you. I don't analyze Bitcoin, but I can check it out for you if you want. Do you do crypto? I've invested some money into crypto, but it's long-term holds. I'm definitely not a crypto trader. I'm a crypto investor. I'm trying to find what would be the best one to look at. I saw it was up 6.5% yesterday. It went back up to 50k. So yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, me giving you advice on this would probably not be right, because I don't trade crypto. There's some people who I could advise you look at if you want to trade crypto, but it's definitely not my speciality. I'm a Forex trader, currencies and that sort of stuff. Crypto would just be me blindly leading you into doing something that you probably shouldn't be doing. What's the best amount to put in as a beginner? In all honesty, I can't really recommend an amount. I can only say what you would be willing to risk, because I don't know other people's financial situations. So obviously everyone's financial situations are different, so it's going to differ. But what I can tell you, you should be like looking at when considering that amount is, you know, if that were to go all to the absolute ends of the earth, you know, if you were to lose that money, would you still be able to live type thing, then it's fine. But don't put in the money that you need to basically live your life with, or pay rent or pay bills, you know. So yeah, Bitcoin, like I said, guys, I have no idea about whether you're going to want to buy or sell this. I know I have invested in Bitcoin, but I don't trade it. I mean, you can just see how this price action on Bitcoin moves, if you can even call it price action. So at the moment, we're coming back into the range on GJ. What I would be looking for in GJ, and what I still am looking for in GJ, is if I want to take further sells, is this to happen, which we already had. So this new low created, come back up to this level of resistance or to this level of support here, and then form some resistance, then some minor support, and then sell back down to the low. If I want to continue, that's what it's going to be. Wasn't Wraith part of King's Capital. He was doing more the drop shipping side and the promotions and the marketing, but nothing to do with the real Forex side of it. So he's doing his own thing now. I'm not too sure what it is, but yeah, no longer part of it, or if you could say he was part of it in the first place. Don't buy crypto right now due to the hearing. Yeah, honestly, my crypto portfolio was put together quite a long time ago, so it definitely wasn't a recent investment. I personally hold Ethereum. Yeah, you hold quite a few. I mean, I've heard diversify and you'll eventually make it, you know. But yeah, like I say, my main, I enjoy Forex a lot more. I like the quick returns and that sort of thing. So for me, when I did buy into crypto, it was more so a long-term hold. Not too worried about, and I bought in at a reasonably good price. So I'm doing all right in that department. Please remember to sub and like the stream, guys. I know I've probably asked you about 5 times already, but it does help, and it's free. Killing the backtesting, that's what I like to hear, Zeems. See, guys, honestly, if you have the passion to do this sort of thing and you are realistic about your returns, you can definitely, and put in the time, this is definitely something that can become eventually a full-time, you know, sort of thing for you. If you're going to come in here for quick returns, unfortunately, this probably isn't the place, the Forex market, because it'll eat you alive. I've seen it hundreds of thousands of times. So just need to be patient. Patience is the best word to describe Forex. Patience and discipline. Can you please look at... You can send me a chart for that, dude. I have no idea what that is. QNT USDT crypto. If you send me a chart or a link to a chart, I can tell you if it's bullish or bearish. But yeah, I also advise you stay away from gold at the moment, guys. It is not looking very healthy. We obviously have this new resistance which is formed. So again, what we're going to do is we are going to shuffle or adjust the zone so that it's at the high of the resistance. So we know if we get a clean break above that region, that buys above that level are going to be valid. So obviously we're going to change these numbers over here, so it's going to be 0.66 now, and then a close and break above that zone is going to mean with the bullish market momentum, bullish market structure, we could get a continuation up to the resistance level that's above that level. Other than that, I'm definitely not looking to trade this range. Sells below 1779.68. That'll also be a flip in the lower time frame structures, so we'll be able to add those confluences in, and it'll help a lot. Gold is a washing machine. Right now, gold is in the washing machine. This consolidation, if you are taking trades in there right now, good luck to your account. I hope you make it out of the day. And I hope you know how to manage risk. Because we are not interested in that. We want to be trading into these areas of clear traffic. That's all we're looking for. And by marking out your zones correctly, guys, you're going to know exactly where you're looking for a trade. I know before I even pick up my... Well, I trade with magic keys. I know before I even look to enter into a trade, the zones I'm looking at. So if price isn't in those zones, I'm not even tempted to take a trade. If that makes sense. Just patience, guys. Patience, patience. Okay, let's see. Zeems has another chart in the Telegram, I think. Oh no. The news on gold. Today the fundamentals on gold, or the news on gold, is medium impact. It is unemployment claims. They're looking at better numbers. That means the value of the dollar should increase because less people are claiming or filing for unemployment. It means gold should come down. If we're looking for gold to come down and you're going to trade those fundamentals, these are areas to trade into. Maybe that could be why gold is consolidating, to wait for that big break, because the longer you consolidate, the bigger the break's going to be. So yeah, just a little bit of patience. GJ looking for a retest of the support level or to come back up to this resistance level, maintain its bearish overall market structure, and to continue down with a move like this. And we will then scale into the move below the support levels, which have formed after resistance has formed at this level. We'll get a minor retest and then scale in to the positions and hopefully create a new low. Come down here, full the 4-hour wick, which at the moment we are struggling to do. We kind of came down halfway to the bottom of the wick and rejected the area. That would be this wick over here. So we want to fill that. Not that wick fills are always completely accurate, but they can make sense. Can work out, should I say. Zeems, I see you sent another chart in the Telegram, so I'm going to check this out. Bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. So we have an equal structural bias, so buys or sells. Price formed a support on 30-minute, broke it and came from the wick down to an entry at the break of the 30-minute candle high. That is perfect. That is what I like to hear. So that is a mixture of a type D and a type C. If you look at type D and a type B, because you created that high point over here, came back down, formed support, but then we also formed resistance, closed above that resistance, wick down, and continued bullish, broke the candle high. And as you can see, so yeah, just backtesting is a very important part of trading, guys. So if you do know or stick to a strategy or way of trading, a way that you look at charts, I don't know if strategy is the correct word, but just backtest it. So only way that you're going to be able to do it by looking at live charts and seeing moves before they actually happen. But well done, Zeems. That is a really nice backtest. See my last analysis. You can send as many as you want. We got another 8 minutes here, guys. So if you do have any charts, anything that you're looking at for the rest of today, please send it through. Because in 8 minutes, there will be no chance to do so. Kingsway, exactly. Learning from the best. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, as well, if you are going to or in the chat and haven't already joined the free Telegram or followed the Instagram page, please do so. A lot of free education, free learning on those pages is available. The Telegram, I'm going to try, it's a brand new group, I'm going to try and make it a bit more active. I do try post on there daily. Some charts. I want to see more of your guys' ideas on the charts though. I want to see you guys asking some questions in the Telegram. It helps a lot. So we can all learn from each other. Or you guys can all learn from each other. Even maybe I can learn some things from you guys. But yeah, on GJ, looking for sell continuations. So can you send the NAS analysis? I can quickly break it down and send it through to you now. I'll send it on the Telegram. Honestly, Nasdaq, if I was still trading it, those buy levels are looking amazing to retest the highs. Here, I've already broken it down. So this is all based on the 1 hour time frame. So you're going to have potential. If I could type. I'm going to put your potential sells, but I'm not advising those sells because of how counter trend that would be. But for the sells, wait for a higher time frame confirmation. And then obviously you don't want to trade in this range. This is a no trade range, so don't get caught up in that. But yeah, let me take a screenshot of this for you. And I'll put it in the Telegram. So that is, if anyone's looking at Nasdaq, the sell and buy levels which we have on Nasdaq. Thanks, no problem. Just be aware as well of like this resistance level up here if you do want to take the buys all the way up to the top. This would be buy continuations above this level over here. And yeah, just keep in mind structure. I would say sells are more valid below this area if we had a structure flip below here, but unfortunately, this is the high which we've created. So the structure flip will only come below here because this is where our pullback is. So sells would make more sense below this level, but then already you've pushed quite far. Whereas sells below this level would be at a much higher price, so make a big difference, but we don't have that structure flip. So I would be, yeah, wary of sells here. Looks like we're rejecting this previous support level on GJ. So continuations down could make a lot of sense. But let's just wait for candles to close. We have about 4 minutes left, guys. Would you go back to trading NAS? No, because I make enough money just trading these two pairs. If I needed to, like, if I needed to, I would, but I don't need to trade NASDAQ. Too unpredictable for my liking. These are safe pairs. Okay, this is not a safe pair because the volatility of gold is insane, but I've had like really good gold experiences and I know how to read gold well because I've been doing it for so long. GJ is obviously going to be a little bit, you know, safer, less ranges. Hello, Luca Rakic. What's up, my boy? Long time no see, or long time no speak. When are you joining King's Capital Forex, Rax? Thought you were going to be getting into some Forex. So guys, if gold continues down to the bottom of the range, and then we get that positive news later, so that positive dollar news, so the unemployment claims, if this is correct, like I said, the forecast can be wrong. These idiots get it wrong quite a lot, these Forex Factory guys. Like more often than not. But if they are correct about these numbers, there's going to be a significant amount less unemployment claims. So the dollar is going to strengthen. That means gold's going to come down, and we do have a little bit of range to trade into. We can come down here, correct this whole 4-hour move up. What we do need to keep in consideration is we are on a weekly support level. So that's a very strong support level, similar to GJ. On GJ, you saw here we rejected, if you watch the breakdown video which I posted on Sunday, we're on a strong weekly support level. Just me, thank you for subbing. Yeah, Rax, just let me know whenever you want to get involved in Forex. Can't be sleeping all day though, unfortunately. Doesn't work like that. Gold at the moment is still bullish in market structure overall, guys. So please be careful of that. Like the sells. That's why if we get below this level, the lower time frames will be bearish, and that's going to correlate a lot more with the sells. Fix your schedule, well done. Have you got your matric yet or not? Or not? The more important questions. Prince, thank you for sub, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, so if anyone is trading NAS, there is a range at the moment. We can drop down to a 30-minute if you want to, you know, fine-tune these a little bit more. What you can do is then move to the complete bottom of the range, making sells below this level a little bit more probable because you're not worrying about that rejection level over there. The buy level is still the same. We still want to get above there. Me personally, if I was trading NASDAQ, would be only looking for the buys. I would not be looking at the sells. But that's me personally. Because on the 4-hour, it makes a lot of sense. If we get a 4-hour candle close above this level up here, what we can be looking for is something like this. Retest of the zone, and we can continue our bullish run. Because if you look, I mean, recently, well, in the past few weeks, we created all-time highs. So we would want to see a bullish continuation to retest those highs. Writing exams, good luck. Gold's still in the washing machine. Don't want to be touching gold right now. Honestly, when gold does this, what I wait for is a 1-hour close above or below the zones, because as you can see on the 30-minute, how many times it's faked out. These are strong levels of support and resistance, guys. This up here, lots of rejections, this down here. So maybe wait for a 1-hour close above or below the area. Cheers, Rax. Have a great day, and thanks for popping in the stream. And yeah, I'll be waiting for that message. And good luck with the exams, boy. Nice to chat. Guys, 2 minutes and then we are done here. So if you do want any last minute questions, quickly fire away and then I'll be out. I won't be trading New York today. So if anyone is on the Telegram and you want any help with New York, anything like that, you're gonna have to message me. Or put the message on the Telegram. Thanks for the stream. Anytime. I'll be live again tomorrow for the last stream of the week. Hopefully we can get a 4th consecutive stream win. That would be a good way to go into the weekend. New York, pre-New York starts at about 2:30. New York Open is at 3 our time. So just yeah, be aware of that. Won't be here tomorrow. No stress at all. You've been in all the streams this week. But you can always watch it back if you do want to catch up on any of the stuff that you miss. See you Monday morning for sure. So yeah, guys, if you're looking to trade gold, can't stress this enough. Wait for a break of this range. Please. You don't want to get involved in this box. Because this is just price consolidating. A great example of what's probably going to happen after the consolidation is what we had on GJ. It was last week, I think. Just need to find it. Yeah. So before I go, I'll just show you guys this. Hopefully we get a break during NY session. Yeah, NY session, very high volatility time for gold. So there's a very good chance that we will break out of that area. So here's a great example of what could happen on gold, guys. We have this range here on GJ. This happened last week or 2 weeks ago. Long consolidation. It was for about a day, maybe even longer. And then you see you just get these impulse moves out, which will basically say, okay, enough of price consolidating. We're over being in this washing machine. Let's continue. And then you'll get a nice clean move. And here we had the clean candles to the left. And as you can see, this would have been an impulse entry. So what I can advise on these sort of situations is the longer it consolidates, the more likely an impulse entry is, type A. But with that, you also run the risk. Like you could have thought, okay, this consolidated for long enough. When it broke the highs at this point over here, that would have been your impulse entry. You already would have been stopped out if you had a realistic or technical stop loss. So just wait for it to consolidate for a really long time, maybe a day. This has been consolidating since yesterday 5 o'clock, so it hasn't been a day yet. So yeah, just wait a little longer. Other than that, guys, that is me done for the day. Have a great day. If you want any help or want to ask questions or join the community, there's a free Telegram, again, link in the description. And I do appreciate all you guys being here so much. Have a great day. Trade safely for the rest of the day. And yeah, I will see you guys same time tomorrow, 9 o'clock South African, 9:30 South African time. So yeah, thanks very much. Cheers. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.